Anthony Peterson and Brandon Rios made their way to the ring. Anthony 30-0 with 20 knockouts. He's never been down in his career. Excited to make his HBO debut tonight. He'll be squaring off against 24-year-old Brandon Rios, who fights out of Oxnard, California, 24-0-1 with 17 knockouts. He was a self-proclaimed wild man, but he met his wife, Vicky. They got married 2 weeks ago. They've been together for 2.5 years, and he says, she's got me on the straight and now, and they're expecting a baby in December. Time for the formal introduction. Time to take a look at the tail of the tape for tonight's first bout of the evening between Peterson and Rios. Peterson at 25, Rios at 24. You see the slight height advantage for Rios. Peterson weighed at 134 pounds, Rios 135. They rehydrated on our unofficial scales. Peterson 5 pounds, Rios has added 16. Now time for the formal introductions as we send it to the ring and Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Pearl at the Palms Resort and Casino, Las Vegas, Nevada, we welcome you to an evening of Boxing After Dark being presented to you by Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated in association with Arena Box Promotions, Promociones Sanfe, Tecate, Cerveza con Carácter, and HBO Sports. Tonight's bouts are being sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Chairman Pat Lundvall, Commissioners Francisco Aguilar, Skip Avancino, Bill Brady, and TJ Day, the Executive Director. Keith Kaiser, our timekeepers, and keeping track of knockdowns, we have Jim Cabin, along with Toby Murray, and our physicians at ringside are Dr. Al Campana, Anthony Ruggiero, Dr. Rodney Corson, and Dr. Michael Gunter. Now, ladies and gentlemen, two young fighters put their undefeated records on the line. 12 rounds in a WBA lightweight eliminator. Supervising for the World Boxing Association, Renzo Bagnariol. The judges for this bout are Dwayne Ford, Dave Moretti, and C.J. Ross. The referee, Russell Moda. Introducing first, the fighter in the blue corner, stepping into the ring wearing white, adorned in red trim. He weighed in officially at 135 pounds, and as a pro, he maintains an undefeated record consisting of 24 victories, with one bout even, and 17 of his victories coming by way of knockout. Currently ranked number 5 in the world by the WBA. Fighting out of the Roberto Garcia Boxing Academy, Oxnard, California, Bam Bam, Brandon Rios. His opponent across the ring in the red corner. He steps in wearing gold and red with white trim. He tipped the scales at an official 134 pounds. He too enters the ring an undefeated fighter with 30 victories. 20 of those victories coming by way of knockout. Ranked the 3rd challenger in the world by the WBA, fighting out of the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., Anthony Peterson.
Coach, fix those trunks for me, please.
You want them down or up?
No, around the cup. Bring that cup down, trunks up. Thank you. It's stuck. Centering.
Coach.
All right, baby. Trunks here are good. Anything below this line's a foul. Trunks here are good. Anything below this line is a foul. Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want to remind you, I expect a clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. God bless. Touch up.
Anthony Peterson, like his brother Lamont Peterson, is a fine young fighter. And though it was he who lived on the streets as a kid at times, as you saw in that piece just moments ago. It's Brandon Rios who fights like a real street fighter, and he's going to have to turn this into a street fight if he hopes to beat the crafty Peterson.
Street fights got Rios in and out of trouble. Living in Garden City, Kansas. But once he met his current wife, Vicky, 2.5 years ago, he has settled down. They due to have a baby in December. And he says, my perspective has changed. He was always in and out of trouble. Calling his trainers and managers saying, got the police around me, got in another barroom brawl. But he is refocused and he realized, hey, I'm wasting away a good career after a really good amateur career.
Peterson and his brother, Lamont. This is Anthony, undefeated still. Lamont has the one loss to Tim Bradley. They fight in a kind of a detached way. Not that they don't fight with heart. Lamont showed that against Tim Bradley, and Anthony has shown that he takes this seriously in the past. But they don't fight with a lot of emotion. And Rios fights with a lot of emotion. And as I said, he's going to need to bring it here.
Combinations to the body from Rios, then from Peterson. Good jab by Rios, backs up Peterson.
Let go. Let go. Let go. Wait! Stop! Get your head up.
And every once in a while, a fighter comes along who is limited in various other ways, but does fight with enough passion to impose himself physically. The passion comes through in his fighting, and it not only attracts fans, but it actually can win him fights. And that's the real question with Rios. We know what we're dealing with Peterson to an extent here. He's the more skillful, the longer fighter, faster hands. But Rios is an interesting case because he hasn't done anything to disqualify himself yet as that kind of fighter who can overcome limitations to be successful based on that passion.
Well, Rios scored with a good uppercut before, and it kind of wobbled Peterson a little bit. Rios fighting out of Oxnard had Fernando Vargas walk him up to the ring with him, and that's a guy that fought with a lot of passion in his career.
The Oxnard connection now and the Garcia connection. The trainer Robert Garcia, who was a fine junior lightweight.
That right hand caught the attention of Rios, and another right hand from Peterson.
Late great Diego Corrales won his first belt against Robert Garcia at junior lightweight.
Good pace here in the first round between Rios and Peterson, a scheduled 12-rounder.
¿Quieren ver cómo están ellos? Ok, quiero que siga por dentro.
I want you to continue on the inside. Continue on the inside. March in on the inside. March in on the inside until you get him.
Yeah, get on the ground. Ok, respire. ¿Cómo se siente?
Are you feeling good?
Okay. I want you to lead with the jab, all right? When he throws his jab, throw your jab back, all right?
With the jab, up and down with it. It's gonna come true. All right? If you get yourself stuck on one side, take that right hand and push him on the inside, then fire off of that. All right?
Gotcha.
Slow it down in your mind.
All right,
Come on, man. You're spine harder than that, son.
They get set for the start of round number 2. In round number 1, according to CompuBox, Peterson landed 32 of 69, 21 of them power shots. And in the 5 Rios fights ever charted by CompuBox, that is the most punches landed against him in a round since they've charted Rios fights.
You know, it's counterintuitive. You think a pressure fighter, boy, he's going to come right out and jump on his man. But most pressure fighters start slowly and build pressure as the fight goes on.
Let go.
And Rios, I don't think, is an exception there. He generally tends to start to smoke a little as the fight matures.
12 of Rios' 17 knockouts have come within the first 3 rounds.
contradicting what I just said, but that's really against that's more limited opposition towards the beginning of his career.
When you rack up the early knockouts.
But thanks for that.
Well, I wasn't trying to outstat you.
Rios, by the way, starting to put some punches together now, and Peterson answering.
Get him up.
Little uppercut snuck through by Rios.
And here is where the fight can potentially get really interesting. Rios, because Peterson is a real fighter, he tries to keep it technical, but as you can see, he wants to respond in kind when he's hit. Because he's a real fighter, this fight has a chance to be special, and we're starting to see some of it right now. But in its specialness, it's Rios' fight.
More of the style that Rios wants to see. Good left-right combination by Rios. Right hand gets through again. Left hand by Rios scores. Peterson counters right back.
It's tremendous action, and you can see that Peterson feels comfortable in there because he's partially deflecting most of those shots. But some of those shots are partially landing too.
Both guys have done a very nice job here early of going to the body. Right hand by Rios snaps back the head of Peterson.
I think that was a case of Peterson riding the shot back, and I think this is part of the reason he feels comfortable. Tactically or strategically, it would seem a mistake. Good left hooks to the body from Peterson.
Hate to be a judge of this round,
but love to be a fan. This is just good professional prize fighting right in the middle of the ring.
Hands free.
An explosive second round. Rios and Peterson landed big shot after big shot, body hooks, and straight right hands. Next Saturday night, HBO pay-per-view brings you Sugar Shane Mosley versus Sergio Mora from the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Then on September 21st, it's the premiere of the next Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel, featuring a look at a feud between members of Jim Thorpe's family, one of whom wants to move his body from Pennsylvania to Oklahoma.
Little by little. But don't lose your head. Don't lose your head. Understand? Everything's good. We're good. You feeling good? Great. Feeling good. Very good. Great. So now keep on going for it. 3 punches. Those uppercuts were going in a lot. And those hooks are coming in a lot. All right? Keep your hands up. Keep your left foot up. All right? Very good.
Whoever
Vicky Rios in the middle of your screen. She and Brandon got married on August the 28th. They're expecting a baby on December 15th. She worked with the Ventura County in helping troubled youth, and Brandon said, hey, I was one of those guys that needed her help.
She works with 18 to 25 years old. He's 24, so it worked out perfectly.
Let's get the unofficial scorecard from Harold Letterman.
Hey, Bob. 1 round each, 19 to 19. I got it all even. That first round, Anthony Peterson boxed beautifully. Used our ring, landed a tremendous amount of punches. In round 2, he started standing on a dime, right in the middle of the ring, slugging it out with Brandon Rios, just like he's doing here. But I thought Rios did more damage. I mean, Rios was landing the harder shots, and really he did more damage in close. So 1 round apiece, all even.
I don't know if I thought Rios won that round, but it was certainly the kind of round he wanted. And this is the kind of round Rios wants. And you could tell from the attitudes of their corners that it's the kind of round that Rios wanted. Peterson seems to have the ability to keep it long range, but it's not being fought at long range.
Both guys continue to dig to the body. Rios has worked the uppercuts in nicely, as he does right there with a left uppercut, then a right. Hooks up to the head. Max, you wonder with this kind of pace and the amount of big shots that both guys are landing, how they're going to withstand this.
you know, the danger in a fight like this is that a guy like Peterson, although their height is similar, but Peterson with the long arms and the boxing ability just outclasses Rios from the opening bell. And you wind up with a dull decision win that doesn't do much for Peterson other than put a name on his resume, and obviously hurts Rios. But there was the potential for this. We're seeing it now, where Peterson, because of his real fighter's mentality, when he gets hit, his instinct is to fire right back.
Double left hand from Rios. Move back Peterson. Then he hooked him to the body, hooked him to the head, and hooks to the body again. Peterson with a right hand counter, left hand counter from Rios.
And we saw Peterson complain, tried to do a sportsman thing, complain, hey, you hit me behind the head, and Rios just hit him with a left hook again while he was complaining. I mean, these are such hard shots being exchanged in combination in the middle of the ring.
Peterson tries a rally of his own, but Rios digs in with a left that snaps back Peterson's head, thuds a hook to the body. Wow, left, right, counter right from Peterson. Double left from Peterson. Rios answers back. Away they go to the end of round 3.
Why you want to stand there and just gun? We can't eat them back to back. You got me, you got to get yours and you got to twist. And look, son, listen, the jab is what's happening. Side to side movement, step around. You got me? Double and triple. And you keep getting stuck on one side, you got to shift your body, man. And you don't want to get this man this fight. That's too easy. But we can't keep standing there absorbing punches.
Here we see Rios getting his work done, and he's been doing it consistently. The left uppercut. So started with the right hand and the left uppercut, the little short left hook inside.
There's Eduardo Garcia and Fernando Vargas checking it out from ringside.
Go back. Just go back. Let's go.
Rios threw 131 punches in the last round. 31 power connects.
Barry Hunter in the corner told Anthony Peterson the jab is what's happening. And he's right. Peterson has shown throughout his entire pro career he has the ability to absolutely dominate a fight just on that jab that we just saw alone. And it's been absent in this fight because of the distance they're fighting at.
And in the 5 fights that CompuBox has tracked for Rios, that's the most punches he's ever thrown in a round.
I mean, Peterson gets the jab untracked, and then Rios' punch output goes down because he'll be on the outside.
Yeah, you heard Barry Hunter say, why are you just standing in there trading with this guy? You're not using your jab. In the last round, Max, Peterson only threw 7 jabs.
Yeah, one of the issues, and this goes for both Peterson brothers, Lamont and Anthony, we're seeing here, is that they're quick, but they don't really use their legs to avoid punches all that much. And he's hurt. Peterson's hurt with a right hand.
Combination backed him up. Rios goes to the body. Plenty of time to go in the round. Peterson back on his heels.
And he's getting hit with the left hook.
Uppercut, left-right combination, left hand, and Peterson's hurt. Referee Russell Moore taking a close look.
He is hurt, but he's still standing in there, landing bombs of his own.
Left hand hurts Peterson again.
Hands-free.
Now Peterson ties up Rios. Still plenty of time to go in the 4th. Rios punch himself out.
He's more likely to punch Peterson out, it looks like, but Peterson still is throwing back.
Step back.
When a fighter like Rios finds himself in this situation, because he's had to fight like this to get to this moment and get to this fight, he's had more experience and is better suited to take the punches in return. Peterson generally does not have to absorb this kind of punishment.
Another uppercut, short one inside by Rios scored. Rios takes to that body in an explosive fourth round for Brandon Rios.
Why are you making it so hard for me, man? Huh? What's the matter? Huh? What's the matter? Talk to me. Anthony, look at me. It's simple.
We got time, man. Come on, baby.
Man, have I ever let you down before? Then what's the problem? Hey, trust me, man.
Got time. I ain't spit
Side to side,
it out.
use the jab. If you find yourself in a situation where you got to step with this man, get yours and step around him.
And I'd mentioned that it was a right hand that hurt Peterson. It was not. It was actually a left jab that seemed to hurt him. There it is. The kind of left jab that Lennox Lewis knocked out Razor Ruddock with. It almost lands like a power shot. And it was also the left hand later in the round. This time, the left hook. Right there that staggered Peterson again. Almost lost his mouthpiece there.
In the last two rounds, Rios has thrown 252 power shots. He's hurt Peterson as we begin round number 5. Let's see if Peterson now can follow the orders of Barry Hunter and box.
The first time he's actually seemed to try to do that since the first round. But that doesn't look like purposeful movement. That looks like just avoiding contact. What Barry Hunter wants Peterson to do is step around Rios in exchanges using the jab. When the leather starts to fly, he wants him to get off and step around Rios. And what Peterson is doing here is simply skirting the outside of the ring, the perimeter of the ring, in hopes of avoiding contact.
Don't hold him.
That just gives Garcia gives Rios some forward momentum.
Let go. Get your hands free. Let go, let go, let go. Don't push him down. Hands free,
Right
guys. Hands
hand
free.
hit the chin of Peterson.
And you see when Peterson's moving, he's not throwing the jab.
And you heard the corner scream, jab.
Let him go, let him go.
He did half of what they wanted him to do. Good jab there by Rios.
You know, fights have momentums of their own, and it looks like Peterson is in a way caught up in the momentum of the fight. And maybe just either Rios is doing something to make Peterson think that he can't land the jab or will get countered if he throws the jab, or Peterson already feels overwhelmed by the momentum of this kind of a slugfest and doesn't really believe that he can change that momentum.
Ripping right hand from Rios.
Rios, meanwhile, just fights and fights and fights.
Good short left. Peterson comes back with a left of his own. Peterson, the counter left hand from Rios.
5, 6, 7, 8. Come here. Give me your gloves. You okay?
First time Peterson's been down as an amateur or pro, a left hand from Rios did it.
And that was in the middle of an exchange where Peterson was doing some work of his own. It's not the type of fight it looks like he can win.
You blowing it, man. You blowing it. You blowing it. You blowing it. Hey, listen. What is the deal with your jab? Huh? Anthony, look at me. Son, it's right here, man. It's right here, Ant. You getting it to him. Then you got to turn around. Anthony, baby, what you want to do, man? Huh? Don't give me no reason to try to make me.
Here's a look at the left hook. You see Peterson doing good work, gets caught in the exchange by a bigger puncher and goes down. Not only a bigger puncher, but a guy who wants this kind of a fight. There it is. Who seems more able to take this kind of punishment as valiantly as Peterson is fighting back.
Get that water. Number 6 begins for Anthony Peterson and Brandon Rios.
Barry Hunter pulled an Angelo Dundee in the corner. Said word for word before the fateful 13th round of the Leonard Hearns fight, first one, Dundee says, "You're blowing it, son, you're blowing it," and word for word, that's what Hunter told Peterson in the corner, but Peterson looked dejected as though he believes maybe he already blew it.
And even when Peterson now gets a little something going, Max, it's almost as if Rio shrugs it off and has got a more powerful punch coming back.
Yeah. He said, Hunter said, what is the deal with the jab? Basically, why is it non-existent? And Peterson didn't have an answer for him, and he doesn't have an answer for Rios.
Well, to this point, Rios has thrown 60 more jabs according to CompuBox. Peterson just ducked away from that right after a double jab.
You know, between the weigh-in.
Oh, those are low blows.
Yep. And Rios isn't complaining. He just went right back low, which is really what you're supposed to do. Between yesterday's weigh-in and today, Rios went from 135 pounds to 151 pounds. Peterson only went up to 139. So, in fact, among the other reasons for...
Oh, another low blow. That's the first one that was called. There was another sequence earlier in which it could have been called.
That was at least the third low blow. Bad one from Peterson.
You got to tell me. You doing okay? You tell me when you're ready. I got time. Yes. You ready? Okay, stay over there. Last time, get him up. Next time I talk to you, I'm taking a point.
Peterson has said he'll do what he has to do to win a tough fight, and I have to believe those repeated low blows. I think there's good reason to believe he's trying to buy himself some time and change the momentum here.
Let go. Get your hands free.
Love the way Rios handled the first series of low blows. He just threw a low blow back. Didn't start preening to the referee and looking for a freebie.
And they were debilitating to Rios. I think both low blows, all three of them, were really debilitating to Rios. He buckled a little bit every time.
And another one.
Over there.
And at this point, that's a bad acting job from Anthony Peterson. That should be a point deduction.
Talk to me. I'm good, baby. Stay right there. Come here. 1 point, low blow. 1 point, low blow. 1 point, low blow. You got to get your punches up, son. Okay?
Peterson, it looks to me, is looking to do anything to change the momentum here and soften Rios, and he found something. And I guess it was worth a point to him.
Oh, did it again.
Over there.
That time I wasn't so sure. Did that land low?
It looked like it was below the belt line.
Over there. Doing okay? Tell me when you're ready. Come here. 1 point, low
Next
blow.
one is a DQ.
1 point, low blow. 1 point, low blow. Son, next time I'm talking to you, it ain't gonna be good. Get him up. Let's go.
I don't think I've ever seen a ref take away 3 points in a round for low blows, usually the third time. It's a DQ. Though the ref stopped short of saying he would automatically DQ him. That's the rule.
Rios blocking most of that exchange for Peterson in a foul-filled 6th.
Mira. La China lo mandó al cabrón así, ¿ok? Porque
Listen, you see the corner.
Y lo mandaron eso,
You brought him here.
¿okay? No le hace,
He's
¿okay?
hurt. He's hurt.
Ya no lo va a hacer, ¿okay?
He's hurt. He's not going to do that anymore. Because, because he took his point away, Took his point away. Oh, no, don't get mad. Don't get mean. Don't lose your head for nothing, all right? I'm okay. I'm okay. Don't lose your head. This guy's done. He doesn't want to fight anymore. That's why he's doing those things.
You hear me?
Coach, help me out here. Got to get your
I got you.
up,
I got you.
Here's the first low blow, no deduction. It was below the belt, but the second one, really, you could see Rios buckled. It took the air out of him, and then Peterson started rallying. Now here are the point deductions, but Rios didn't complain. This is one of the reasons he's a fun fighter to watch and root for. Here's a second deduction, clearly low, also clearly effective. Now that Peterson has done those things to slow him up a little, maybe he will go back to the jab. It would be a good strategy.
All right, let's check in with Harold Letterman.
Okay, Bob, let me tell you, round 6 was one of the weirdest rounds I ever had to score. I thought Anthony Peterson won round 6. He landed more punches. Brandon Rios didn't do a heck of a lot. Referee Russell Mora takes away 2 points for low blows. So Peterson would get 10 points for winning a round. He loses 2 points, so he's got 8. And Brandon Rios winds up with 9. So round 6 becomes a 9-8 round in favor of Rios. Be as it may, 4 rounds to 2, 58-53, Brandon Rios.
So essentially, Peterson's being rewarded for the low blows. He's doing better right now. He did better last round. He only lost the round by a point, didn't absorb much punishment himself.
Get him up.
Well, on the flip side, if you did give Rios the round, it's 10-7 for Rios, so now you're really far behind on the cards.
Yeah, but there might not have been cards after the previous round had Rios put another round together like he did in the round previous, in the 5th. And Peterson's been landing some good 1-2s since those low blows.
Rios with the uppercut, counter left from Peterson was right on the belt line.
Because Peterson hasn't altered his strategy at all, it seems as though he just bought himself some time. Rios does not seem overly affected by Peterson's power shots, and Peterson looks at the moment as though he's being broken down again. Good hook to the body moments ago from Peterson.
Left, right from Peterson. Rios with a right, Peterson with a left back.
Hands free, guys. Break! Step back.
Just a brutal fight.
Let's go. Break! Step back.
Combination for Peterson. Rios answers with one back, then he staggers Peterson with a left-right combination.
Go. Break. Step back.
Nice combination from Rios. Another low blow from Peterson, but it wasn't called.
Stop.
Did it again.
Time. Disqualification.
DQ. Max, I don't think you can argue it.
No, you can't argue with it. I mean, if you let the fight go on, from the way the fight was going, it would seem that some point in the next round, Peterson maybe does some good work again, but at some point he's hurt again, and he would just go low again. I mean, that was 4 by our count.
Because there were 2 that weren't called. There was 1 that wasn't called before the one that they called. Rios with a victory. And wife Vicky has a lot to celebrate with her husband Brandon. Married 2 weeks ago, and then a big win for Rios. And for Anthony Peterson, the first loss of his pro career. What a performance by Rios. Digging in. Let's take a look at the low blow sequence. See one to the belt, another one right to the midsection. No point deducted on that one. Rios just fought through it, and that one was so low that the referee Russell Mora had to step in. And there's one right on the cup. Point was taken away at that point. Then again, hook to the body. Another low blow. That was 2 points deducted in round number 6. And you see another low shot near the end of the last round. That one wasn't called, and then this one right here coming up from Peterson goes low again. And referee Russell Mora called timeout with 1 second to go in the fight and DQ'd Anthony Peterson. Harold Letterman, I mean,
Bob,
there were 3 called. There could have been about 6 called.
Correct. Bob, let me say something. A low blow is really devastating when the fighter who throws the low blow brings the punch up and therefore forces the cup up. When that happens, it becomes a devastating low blow. And in each case that you looked at, Anthony Peterson threw a low, was throwing low blows with uppercuts. In other words, he was bringing Brandon Rios' cup up. And, those were just devastating low blows. No question, Russell Mora did the right thing.
All 3 judges had Rios in front 68-62 at the time of the disqualification. So Brandon Rios, who's got his life together, a celebratory scream, and a big victory tonight. Here's Lupe Contreras with the final particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Russell Mora steps in and disqualifies the red corner for connecting an excessive amount of illegal low blows at the end of round number 7. Declaring the winner by way of disqualification, Puro Oxnard, California, Bam Bam, Brandon Rios.
Well, he pointed to his wife as helping him turn his life around, rededicating himself. He stays in Oxnard now and works with Robert Garcia, goes to the gym, trains, goes home, takes care of his wife and the expected baby on December the 15th. They think it's going to be a girl. They're going to have another sonogram in the next couple days to make sure. And now Brandon Rios' career is on the right path as well as he gets an upset win against Anthony Peterson and improves to 25-0, winning by way of DQ. Let's take a look at the final punch stats in the fight and the total punches. You see that Rios was extremely busy. In fact, in one of the rounds, he threw a Rios high 131 punches in the fight. Peterson was accurate, but not as busy in this fight. And you look at the power punches, and you see that Rios was much busier in that category. He landed at 33%. He hurt Peterson at different points. He attacked the body, used the uppercut, counter left hands. In fact, he dropped Peterson for the first time in Peterson's career with a left hook near the end of round number 5, and he goes on for the victory, winning by way of DQ. Max Kellerman is standing by in the ring with a very ecstatic Brandon Rios.
Congratulations, Brando, on a spectacular fight and a spectacular win. How did you turn this into a street fight?
Well, like I told you, that's what I do. I'm a brawler, I'm aggressive. And if I see the guy that the first round, I check him out, test him out. And then the second round, I just go fully at it. I boost up my confidence even more and more because I see the guy in the first round couldn't do nothing, so I just boosted up my confidence.
What made you see that he couldn't do anything?
I give it to Peterson. He's a very talented guy, quick and everything, but, I didn't feel his power as much. So when I didn't feel the power, I'm like, well, shit, if he can't, hurt me, why not try to go full blast, go balls out.
You see, he wasn't throwing the jab, which is his best weapon. Yeah, exactly. Did you do something to take away his jab?
Maybe, I was throwing my jab, and then I went to his body, and he just protected his body. He didn't want to get hit in the body shot. So
it seems like you don't care so much why he was or wasn't throwing the jab. You just jumped on him.
Yeah, that's what I do. I always start off slow, But when, like I said, if I feel the guy that he can't handle my person in the first round, I always first round, always check him out. If they can't handle it, you know, second round, I come out even more aggressive.
Okay, you floor him with a beautiful left hook. He gets up, and the next round, he starts hitting you low. And the next he starts hitting you low. You didn't complain. Why not?
You know, it's part of boxing. It's not my job. That's why we have the third man in the ring, the referee. If it's his job to figure all those things out, you know. Oh, I come here to do my job, just to fight, and that's what I do. And the referee, if he hit me low, he hit me low, and if the referee doesn't see it, he doesn't see it. So, you know, it's just that's the referee's job. It's not my job.
Are you aware, though, after so many fighters make such a show out of being hit low, how many fans you make when you just don't complain and go back to fighting the guy?
You know, it's my thing. I don't like to complain because you know why? The guy's hurt. He's tired. Why am I going to give him a break while I'm getting myself a break? Hell no. I'm going to go right back at him. And if he hit me again, the referee's going to see it, then the referee will take a point. If he keep hitting me, you know, like they did, the referee just till the fight's over.
Okay. Congratulations again. What's next?
You know, anybody at 135, Sorita, Humberto Soto, if he's man enough, you know, stop picking your opponent, fight me. Marquez, anybody, any other top 10-5, anybody with the belt at 135. If not,
you just want to fight.
Yeah, if not, you know, I'll go to 138. If Victor Ortiz wants to come down to 138, I'll fight him. If not, I'll go to 140 and fight him. Shit, I don't care.
I'm sure we'll get into the bad blood between you and Victor Ortiz at a later date. Congratulations again.
Hey, thank you, Max, everybody in HBO. You know, I'm glad for having me. I crossed over, and all my fans out there, now you know who Bam Bam is. So thank you, everybody, much. Woo! Hey, baby.
Anthony, what happened tonight?
I gotta go back and make a better assessment of the tape. Hit me with some good shots. I don't recall hitting them low. I know in the gym, my coach always tell me don't throw it too low, and I made a mistake and hit him low. But before that, he was getting off good shots.
Why didn't you use the jab? It seemed Barry Hunter was begging for it. You didn't seem to throw it at all.
Well, I don't make no excuses. Only I and God know why I use my jab. So
it seemed from ringside that he engaged you in a fight, and you felt that you wanted to fight back. Is that your view?
Like I said, I got to go back and make a better assessment of the tape.
When you say that the low blows weren't intentional, we've talked and you've said, hey, if going gets rough, I'm going to do what I have to do. And they were repeated low blows. It looked intentional from ringside.
Well, like I said, I got to make a better assessment of the tape. I didn't really see because I'm looking from my eyes, not your eyes. So when I go back and make a better assessment of the tape, I can see and tell you what I did.
Anthony, congratulations on a fun fight while it lasted, and good luck.
Thank you.